On January 13, 2012, a luxury cruise ship carrying over 4,200 people made one decision, and within hours, it would become one of the worst cruise disasters in modern history. What if a single moment of pride could sink a 114,000-ton cruise ship? This is the true story of the Costa Concordia disaster. The Costa Concordia, a floating palace of luxury, had set sail from the Italian port of Civitavecchia, carrying families, couples, and crew members alike. On board were over 4,200 people, all expecting a serene journey across the Mediterranean, nights filled with music, laughter, and the gentle sway of the ocean beneath them. No one could have imagined the nightmare that awaited. The evening was calm, the sea stretched like glass under the fading sun. The sky painted itself in hues of orange and pink, reflected on the hull of the massive ship as it cut through the water. Children laughed on the deck, chasing each other around the railings. Parents watched with smiles. Couples held hands as the gentle breeze brushed their faces. Inside the dining halls, guests enjoyed lavish meals, unaware that just below, a dangerous decision was brewing on the bridge. Captain Francesco Schettino, the man in command of this 114,500-ton Leviathan, was reviewing charts and maps. The weather was perfect, visibility excellent. Nothing in the forecast hinted at danger. And yet a single reckless thought formed. The ship would perform a sail-by salute, a risky maneuver to pass dangerously close to the Italian island of Giglio. It was unnecessary, it was dangerous, it was a show, and it would set in motion a sequence of events that no one on board would forget. Officers exchanged uneasy glances, hesitation flickering across their faces. Orders had been given, however, and the ship obeyed, gliding toward the shore with a deceptive calm. Passengers continued their evening, drinking, laughing, capturing moments on their phones as the enormous vessel silently edged closer to the island. A moment of pride, a display of bravado seemed harmless, yet beneath the calm surface, fate was already shifting. At 9:45 p.m., disaster struck. The hull scraped against a hidden rock beneath the water, a 53-meter-long tear opening in the ship's side. The impact jolted the entire vessel. Passengers were thrown from their seats, glasses shattered, tables toppled, plates slid across floors now slick with creeping water. The engine room sounded alarms, the machinery groaned, then fell silent. Electrical systems failed, emergency lights flickered to life, casting eerie red and white glows across the corridors. The ship, the pride of Costa Cruises, was already starting to sink. Water surged into the lower decks, stairwells became rivers, corridors pools of rushing water. Passengers were disoriented, stumbling, slipping. Some thought it was merely a mechanical failure, a minor hiccup. They were wrong. Fear began to root, anxiety grew into panic, quiet at first, then louder as the vessel began to list heavily. The crew delayed the evacuation. For over an hour, passengers were told, "It's just an electrical problem. Everything is under control." The water continued to rise, swallowing corridors and rooms. Families clutched each other, children cried, elderly passengers struggled to move, legs trembling, eyes wide with fear. The ship leaned further, tilted unnaturally, as though it were aware of the human error that had sealed its fate. When the order to evacuate finally came, the chaos was unprecedented. Lifeboats on one side dangled uselessly in the air, too high for people to reach. Crew members shouted, trying to organize the pandemonium, but instructions were conflicting, drowned out by screams, cries, and the roar of water moving through the decks. Parents carried children through darkness, while elderly passengers clutched railings, sliding on floors slick with seawater. Some people jumped into the freezing sea rather than wait for help. The once pristine cruise ship had become a maelstrom of fear and confusion. Amid this chaos, the captain made the decision that shocked the world. Francesco Schettino left the ship. Before the evacuation was complete, he abandoned the vessel, the people he was sworn to protect, the lives that depended on his leadership. A Coast Guard officer repeatedly radioed him, ordering him to return, but he did not. His absence would define the disaster, a human failure more catastrophic than the sea itself. Survivors would later recount moments of unimaginable terror. A father holding his daughter through flooding corridors, slipping, clinging to railings with one hand, gripping hope with the other. A mother shielding her son from falling debris. Crew members improvising, using cushions and rafts to keep people afloat, guiding them through darkness. Every second was a fight for survival, every decision critical, every delay potentially fatal. By dawn, the Costa Concordia lay on its side, half submerged near the shore of Giglio. 32 people were dead, thousands more were traumatized, haunted by the memory of screams, water, and the tilt of the massive ship. Salvage operations would take over 2 years, costing billions of dollars, requiring cranes, cables, divers, and an army of experts to slowly right the vessel. The world watched, captivated by the enormity of human error and the power of the ocean. The disaster prompted changes worldwide. Cruise ships implemented stricter safety regulations. Crew training was intensified. Evacuation procedures became faster and more reliable. Yet for those who lived through it, the scars, both physical and psychological, remained. Survivors would never forget the chaos, the fear, the sounds of the ship listing, and the sight of lifeboats dangling uselessly, floating people in icy water, and the captain gone. The Costa Concordia disaster didn't just sink, it became a symbol of human pride, of reckless choices, and of lessons learned the hard way. It reminds us that the calmest seas can hide the gravest dangers, that one decision, one moment of arrogance can forever alter lives. It was a luxury ship, a marvel of engineering, a dream vacation for thousands, and yet within hours it became a graveyard of mistakes, fear, and sorrow. The night of January 13, 2012 is remembered not just for the tragedy, but for the stories of human courage that emerged amidst the chaos. In every cry for help, in every act of bravery, in every desperate scramble towards safety, the essence of survival was revealed. This is the story of the Costa Concordia, a story of a ship, a sea, and the choices that can define life or death. It is a reminder that at sea, the greatest danger is not always the ocean itself, but the decisions of those entrusted to navigate it. And as the waves continue to lap against the shore near Giglio, and the wreck remains a silent testament to that night, one truth endures. Human error can be deadlier than the ocean, but human courage can shine brightest in the darkest hours. If you want more true maritime disasters, untold stories of the sea, and cinematic retellings of real-life ocean tragedies, subscribe to Ocean Disaster Films. Another story is coming soon, ready to remind us of the terrifying and awe-inspiring power of the sea.